We welcome you all to the final part of our episode on understanding literacy and how we can further help children develop their literacy skills. Through a language like Miss Prachi was suggesting and sharing, we learn so much about the culture also. There's a lot of cultural knowledge that we acquire through exchange of language. About the different festivals, about the different, maybe the diversity of regions, and a country like India where there is so much of diversity, whether it's languages, whether it's geography or history or culture, there's a lot of diversity. And this rich heritage is what really beautifies our school and our our exchange of friendships with each other, because even when children from different backgrounds come and talk to each other, teachers are from different backgrounds, they learn so much through this exchange. And this is what we say inclusion is all about, that we have people from different backgrounds, but at the same time everyone is interacting with each other. There's a lot of harmony and synergy in the process. And through a language like we shared, there's a lot of cultural understanding that we acquire, and it has an important role, and it plays an important part on developing a child's cultural and personal and social awareness also about the different aspects of that particular community. So, what are some of the events or some of the forums through which children are better helped to develop this cultural awareness?
Yeah, children growing up in a different culture and interacting with the world around them. However, children learn about the culture and region through different festivals and different events. Uh, Festival like Diwali, Dashera, Christmas, Eid. There are many festivals, but for this specifically, I would like to say teachers encourages children to celebrate different festivals and events with great fun and various way. Teachers design and conduct different theme based activities with children, which is based on moral values. It is great way to understand and learn the rich heritage of Maharashtra about importance of various festivals activities. Okay, I would like to give one example for that. Teachers are designing activities and conducting so many games and songs with them. In Diwali, for Diwali festivals, drawing and coloring activities, making rangolis and coloring the diyas, making kandil and all. So, like that, there are many activities teachers are taking with them. Okay. Not only that, sometimes she asks the children, "Do you have any specific songs? Do you know any specific songs in your mother tongue? So would you like to sing it? We will also join." So like that, उनके language में जो भी songs होते हैं festival के related, so they are also singing and teachers are also enjoying that, because for teachers this is new way of learning with kids, along with the kids. So it is very fun, means happiness of the class, we can say. And I would like to say about language is an effective medium of communication. If I tell you the classroom learning part of the children, so Marathi is also language of conversation in Maharashtra. So many Marathi words are constantly heard to ears. Customs and belief around food, artistic expressions. Language affect the way they develop emotionally, socially, physically, and linguistically. Here, I would like to say not only festivals. Maharashtra is famous for their unique customs and practices. The unique cultural influence children respond from birth, including customs and belief around food, artistic, and expression. Language affect the way they develop emotionally, socially, physically, and linguistically. Here I would like to say sometimes children are sharing their own experiences, their own thoughts, or whatever experience uh, they have learned from their home. They are sharing with their teachers. मी काल लग्नाला गेली होती. माझ्या घरी बाळाचं बारसं होतं. So like that, there are many events and programs happening in their home. So they are sharing. तर तू काय केलंस बाळा त्याच्यामध्ये, काय काय पाहिलंस? मग मी पाळणा बघितला, बाळाचं नाव ठेवलं. घरी भरपूर पाहुणे आले होते, म्हणजे काका मावशी, सो लाईक दॅट रिलेटिव्ह नेम्स ऑल्सो दे आर शेअरिंग. सो ऑल these customs come in this way, and children teachers are also asking so many questions, not only that but related our topic. And teachers are trying to make them talk in Marathi. जो भी वर्ड्स रहते हैं उसका जो प्रतिशब्द रहता है वो टीचर्स बताती. अरे हा, तर तुमच्या घरी हे होतं काय, ओके. आणखीन काय काय झालं, काय काय फूड बनवलं होतं, काय बनवलं, मम्मीने काय स्पेसिफिकली बनवलेलं. सो लाईक दॅट दे आर शेअरिंग विथ द टीचर्स.
And that I think is very beautiful because, like you said, teachers also learn new things from the child. If the teacher is not from that linguistic background, then she also acquires new words, new knowledge of the language that the child is sharing. So there is a lot of partnership between the teacher
Teachers
and
and
child
child,
also.
yeah.
There's a lot of exchange, and children also observe a lot in this process because when for example one child is talking about, like you said, weddings and what the child has seen during that wedding ceremony, then another child might come up sharing different observations that the child might have seen in that particular wedding, in that particular culture. So there is a lot of cultural assimilation. Children exchange their thoughts, their observations with each other, and there's a lot of harmony in the class because there's more collaboration through linguistic exchange, and that I think is also very important for children because, like you said, 21st century skills. When we talk about all these things, come in that creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, teamwork, and empathy because children learn to understand and respect different languages, different cultures. Try to be more aware of in each culture what is it, how is it that they celebrate. Like Makar Sankranti, it's celebrated in different ways across India. So there is so much that children learn through language. And I think that this brings me to the next question, that language skills are enhanced only when it's practiced.
Yeah.
Whether it's through speech, whether it's listening, whether it's writing or reading, or even in making objects or anything hands-on or constructive. So only when it's practiced we can enhance that language. And if a child has opportunities to speak and implement the language, it will further help the child acquire the language better. But in many houses, there are challenges because there are many parents who probably do not speak in Marathi. So for them, it will be really difficult to help their child at home acquire the language, even if they really want to, because they themselves haven't really had the opportunity to converse in that language. It might be difficult for them. So in that case, how do you engage? Ms. Jayashree, I would like to ask you, how do you engage with parents to foster this language proficiency? And especially in the context of the pandemic, because children were at home for most of the time, they were at home. And in that case, how was it fostered?
Uh, See the Sanjana ma'am before discussion, Sanjana ma'am say we have focus on child's listening and speaking, and even Prachi ma'am also said ki in Muktangan, so second language in Marathi. So we have first and second we have no textbooks. So we are make our own curriculum first and fourth standard. So we taking concept from the state book syllabus. So we are make our own syllabus. So यहाँ पे मैम बच्चों को, जैसे शीतल ने भी कहा कि हम लोग फर्स्ट और सेकंड के लिए पहले लेटर्स सीखने से पहले हम लोग उसको शेप सिखाते हैं, जैसे प्राची मैम ने भी कहा. तो वो शेप सिखाने के बाद जो लेटर आता है, तो फर्स्ट लेटर वो म रहता है, तो वो उनको इजी है सीखने के लिए. तो बच्चों पहले सुनते हैं, जो अक्षर सिखाया जाता है वो पहले सुनते हैं और बाद में लिखते हैं. वो मेन बेसिक है. भाषा कौन सी भी हम मतलब जो हम लोग सिखाते हैं वो, क्योंकि वो पूरी नई भाषा है उनके लिए, ये जो मराठी भाषा है उनके लिए. और इन ड्यूरिंग पेंडेमिक आप जो बोल रहे हैं, तो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अस, इट्स ग्रेट It was a great challenge for us, for even teacher in our department, in even children also. We handle that in online because in first and second standard we have only one orientation session with parents, not with kids. क्योंकि तभी बच्चे भी छोटे हैं फर्स्ट और सेकंड के, तो उनके साथ पेरेंटिंग हम लोगों ने पेरेंट्स के साथ किया था ओरिएंट। तो जैसे हम लोग क्लास में रेगुलर क्लास में जैसे हम लोग सिखाते हैं, एक सेशन एक लेटर सिखाने के लिए हम लोग 3 सेशन लेते थे रेगुलर क्लास में, लेकिन अभी हमें इन पैंडमिक वी हैव टेकिंग ओनली वन ओरिएंटेशन सेशन विद पेरेंट्स, और वो हमें 3 अलग अलग वीडियोस दिखा के हम लोगों को सिखाना था। तो वो एक्सपीरियंस नया था हमारे लिए, विद पेरेंट्स, विद किड्स और विद टीचर्स। सो फर्स्ट टीचर्स जो सॉन्ग्स, जैसे शीतल ने भी कहा कि इवन प्राची मैम और संजना मैम ने कहा कि कोई भी कंसेप्ट इंट्रोडक्शन करना है, लेटर इंट्रोडक्शन करना है, तो पहले हम लोग सॉन्ग्स लेते हैं, रोज रोल प्ले लेते हैं। तो टीचर भी वैसे ही गाना ऑनलाइन में उनको गाना सिखाती थी, गाना बताती थी। So teacher use dual language in class, which helps students to learn new Marathi words. So in teacher conducts parents meeting from first to 10th, which explain the importance of the Marathi subject. So teacher conduct different activities in active constructive way. So parents can understand how we teach in Marathi in classrooms. So in same way, in the parents meeting also they are introduced to activity with parents. We introduce later introduction concepts in poem also, because we have follow after next 5 to 10 we have follow textbooks. So in preschool, in first to fourth, teacher will tell the importance about Marathi, how the first standard kids learn to more and more listening and speaking, and then after 5th to 10th they have follow the textbooks and everything. So it is more important for Marathi language also. So in this meeting, teacher asked parents to do some activities. So making the letters from clay, drawing pictures and in poems and concept, etc. So which helps parents to understand to concept. Here also teacher also here in parents meeting use dual language. So in the meeting, so teacher guides parents how to take a practice at home also, because in Marathi in sessions, so we have less time to take some words or writing practice in classroom. So teacher tell them to how to do in practice at home. So it will be more useful for the child also, and more parents also to understand the how we take in Marathi subject in classrooms. So we more and for we in interest Marathi subject we more and more focus in listening. So in pandemic we use more and more videos and Marathi songs for grade first and second standard. And slowly we introduce to shapes and letters through the PPT and teachers video. So during pandemic, we used to orient parents along with their children in online sessions. And teacher used to conduct different activities in online sessions. Parents used to do some activities with the materials available in their homes, because only one session in first and second for orientation. So tell the teacher, for example, for colors. So how we are taught in school classroom. So teacher will tell them to collect the all same colors material. So after the parents meeting and online orientation session, so we got the feedback from the parents that they like the way how we are teaching introduced to Marathi in different activities and concepts. So they like, and even the regular school was start. So parents came to approach our Marathi teachers to tell them to we never learn in our school age. So we will like the how you taught in online session in Marathi concepts and activities. So we like that. So we learn also new and new Marathi subject words in online session.
And that is, I think,
And
the best part about this active constructivism that we're talking about.
and even student participate in our Marathi Bhasha Din, even project day also. Those who have not in Marathi language, they Marathi mother tongue, so they are participating project day Marathi Bhasha Din. So they also learn and they are engaged with teachers. The bond is improved.
Correct. So there are different events also where children then get to further implement this language that they are learning, whether it's project days or other events like specific Marathi Bhacha Divas or even different cultural festivals that are celebrated. So through all these ways, children get to implement the language. And even for parents, I think this is very important because parents are also actively involved in the learning process and they themselves are now learning a new language in that sense because through these videos and the same way in which the child is learning the concept, the parent is also made to understand the concept and involved. So, along with empowering the parents to help their children at home, we are also empowering them with a new linguistic skill and a new language that they are learning. So that I think is the most fundamental for any learning community where there is so much of exchange between teachers, children, parents, and it's more from the point of expression, developing our 21st century skills and communicating with each other in a better manner. Because after all, when children grow up, they go to different jobs, they might go to different countries also. So then they are in a better position. There's a lot of adaptability that children learn. And there's a growth mindset that we want to acquire new skills and learn new languages. And this really helps them interact with people from different cultures also. Because right from a young age, they are exposed to different cultures and an inclusive environment.
हाँ, आपने अभी जो कहा कि तो मुझे याद आ रहा है कि एलुमनाई प्रोग्राम था, मुक्त मिलन था हमारा, तभी जो 2013, 14, 15, 16 के बैच के बच्चे आए थे जिनको हमने पढ़ाया था मराठी। सो तभी उन्होंने हमें बताया कि आपने वो स्कूल में जो पढ़ाया ना मराठी, वो अभी भी हमें याद आ रहा है कि हम वो यूज कर रहे, जो शब्द आपने बोला था वो हम जब बात करते हैं सामने सामने जो कोई बोलने वाला है, जसं भेटलो म्हणजे आपण भेटतो एकमेकांना, जसे आपण भेटलो, पण एखादी वस्तू मिळाली तरी आपण त्याला भेटलं असं म्हणत नाही, मिळालं तर तर ते जे शेअरिंग होतं त्या विद्यार्थ्याने सांगितलेलं मला त्यावेळी, तर त्यांनी सांगितलं की आम्हाला अजूनही आठवतंय समोर कोणी असं कोणी शब्द तो वापरला ना, भेटला कुठल्या वस्तूला तरी आम्ही म्हणतो नाही, भेटला नाही म्हणायचं, मिळालं म्हणायचं, मॅम आम्ही तुमची आठवण त्या आता पण हे करतो. तर तो एक्सपिरियन्स म्हणजे तो अनुभव जो आहे ना आता आलेला, तो खूप म्हणजे मला असं वाटतं की आपण जी भाषा शिकवतो ती भाषा आपण बोलतो ऐकतो, पण जेव्हा ती समोरचा एखाद्याला सांगतो तर ते एक प्रकारे एकाला दुसऱ्याला तिसऱ्याला असं सांगणं होऊन ते असं एकमेकाला दिलं जातंय की मी जे बोलली, मी जे ऐकलंय ते आपण बोलतोय ऐकतोय. लिहिताना आपण आणि मग जेव्हा ऐकतो बोलतो आणि तेव्हा लिहिताना सुद्धा त्याच गोष्टी तशा येतात. म्हणजे जसं आपण इंग्लिश पण बोलतो, इंग्लिश बोलल्यानंतर आपण पहिलं ऐकतो नंतर बोलतो, तसंच मराठीचं आहे. तसंच म्हणजे कुठलीही भाषा शिकताना, म्हणजे जसं मराठी शिकवताना आम्हाला जे म्हणजे आम्ही जे म्हणतोय ते मला ते आठवलं, तो अनुभव आठवला याच्यामध्ये. आणि खरंच अनुभव आहे की काही काही हिंदी भाषिक पॅरेंट्स पण आहेत, म्हणजे येतात बोलतात कि आपने जो मराठी आप पढ़ा रहे तो हमें भी आ रहा है.
Shruti, I would like to add one more thing what now Jayashree said. Especially in Marathi, how we pronounce the word, in same way we write the word. So it's very, very important how to pronounce. The child should learn the sound first. Because the same sound or the pronunciation, it comes in writing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I feel that the whole idea of experiencing the language is what is coming out very clearly in what you all shared. that if we experience the language, if we experience the use of the language, we remember it throughout our lives. And rather than abstract concepts that are only being taught to us in school, and then after we grow up, we don't remember the concept. We don't know why we are saying, like you said, Betla or Milada. We don't know the difference between the two. But when we experience it, then it we remember it throughout our lives. And here also we saw we are talking in different languages. We spoke in Hindi, Marathi, English, but still we've managed to communicate and get our messages across to each other and understand what each other are saying. So I think that is the most crucial role of language.
One more thing I would like to add now, Shruti, you said Vedla Miyala, what Jayesh was saying, you connected with that.
Yes.
Now here many people are speaking Marathi in Muktangan. Many people are there. But when I came first time in Muktangan, I heard this Vetla. Then I used to tell them Vetla and Miyala, what is the difference, what Jayesh shared now. And one more other thing, chai, when Thai comes with the tea and all, she asks, cha getli ka? Then I started correcting them. It is not tea chaha. It is to chaha. Chaha घेतलास का? So automatically, when I'm there or when they are saying something, they remember nahi, to chaha. So I had to say this. So automatically that came out in Muktangan, and that is what I feel that it is not that from first standard to fourth standard we are learning this.
Yes.
It is throughout ongoing process to every person, each and every person to learn the language.
Absolutely. It's a lifelong process, and we are always learning language. We're always acquiring new words. The
Yes.
more we develop our interpersonal skills and talk to others and interact with others, that's how the language really improves.
Improve.
And even through the kind of songs or videos or movies that we are watching or whatever we are reading, that also contributes to our language development. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us and helping us understand the importance of literacy in a child's life and ways in which we can enhance these skills, not just in primary years, but also later on in life, how we can help children with this. Greater integration of our systems and processes and focusing on active constructivism and 21st century skills. These are, I think, the most fundamental aspects of acquiring a language and developing that language in a way that we really like achieve the desired educational outcomes for our children. Thank you very much, all of you, once again for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shruti.